I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Let's give it up for our Girl Scouts of America. Troop number 77982. Thank you. Good evening, honorable council members, mayor, city treasurer, deputy clerk, chief of staff, our city treasurer, and those of you that are in the audience, and also to those who are viewing tonight's meeting via our broadcast channel and YouTube Live. Welcome to the City of Romulus City Council regular meeting, and today's date is Monday, October 23rd, 2023. Members of the public wishing to participate in this meeting may do so under the public comment portion of the agenda. Please fill out a request to speak public comment card, which is located on the table in the back of the room, and then hand it to our deputy clerk. And at this time, we will have roll call. Councilwoman Abdo is not present this evening. We'll mark her as excused. Madam Chair. All right, and then Councilman Barton will excuse, so noted. Councilwoman Roscoe?
Here.
Councilwoman Talley?
Here.
Councilman Wadsworth?
Here.
Councilwoman Webb is excused. And chairing tonight's meeting is Councilwoman Williams.
Here.
Madam Chair, we have a quorum. Tonight's council meeting agenda is as follows. Number 1, agenda. Number 2, minutes. 3, petitioner. 4, chairperson's report. 5, mayor's report. 6, clerk's report. 7, treasurer's report. 8, public comment. 9, unfinished business. 10, new business. 11, warrant. 12, communication. And number 13, adjournment. And a motion will be in order to accept the regular council meeting agenda as presented.
So moved to accept the regular council meeting agenda as presented.
Support.
To accept a council meeting agenda for October the 9th, 2023. Councilwoman Talley?
Yes.
Councilwoman Roscoe?
Yes.
Councilman Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 2B, minutes. Approval of the minutes from the regular meeting held on Monday, October 9th, 2023, 7:30 p.m.
Madam Chairman, I'm going to move that we approve the council meetings from Monday, October the 9th at 7:30.
Support.
Approval of the minutes from the special meeting and the executive session?
No, the regular meeting.
The regular meeting for October the 9th? Who approved that? Who made the motion? Councilman Wadsworth?
Yes.
Councilwoman Talley?
Yes.
Councilwoman Celeste Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 2B, requesting approval of the minutes from the special meeting executive session held on Monday, October the 9th, 2023, at 6:45 p.m. to discuss union matters.
Madam Chair, I'll make that motion to approve the minutes from the special meeting, the executive session held on Monday, October 9th, 2023, at 6:45 p.m. to discuss union matters.
Support. Second.
The approval of the minutes from the special meeting and the executive session held on Monday, October the 9th, at 6:45 to discuss union matters. Councilwoman Celeste Roscoe?
Yes.
Councilwoman Tina?
Yes.
Councilman Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Thank you. There are no petitioners on the agenda. It takes us to number 4, the chairperson's report.
I don't have anything under my report. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Mr. Wadsworth.
If I could, I'd like a memorial resolution for Daryl Jameson, and if someone support, I'll expand on it.
Second, support.
This is very personal for me, and it's a very sad. Darrell Jameson was a friend of mine for well over 50 years. He was the owner of J&M Towing, and I knew his dad when his dad owned the business. But Darrell, he was a man that was dedicated to Romulus. He was one of my biggest supporters with the Friends of the Romulus animal shelter events. And not only that, but any event in this town, Darrell would give and give and give. He gave televisions to be raffled off. And he was taken from us at a very young age. He was this is difficult. What can you say about a man that had so much gusto to live, and because of it was because of a vehicle accident that the Lord took him from us a week ago. He was on many boards. He was on the Tifa board. He was on the Pumpkin Festival board. In the parade of lights, you'd see one of his big tow trucks in there. And sad. That's all I can say. And Darrell, rest in peace, my friend. Thank you.
Yes, Mayor.
Through the chair, just to comment on the individual that Darrell Jameson was and what he meant to this community. And I think that there's a lot of people in Romulus right now that are reeling and in shock, because Darrell was larger than life, and he was, like you said, Councilman Wadsworth, he was always here to help any cause that the city needed, to help any resident. I think we went on a work tour. He had a huge heart and a means to give all the time. And it wasn't just Romulus that benefited. He was housed here, but there's Dearborn Heights, Taylor. There's so many communities that he affected in a positive manner, and so many people and so many lives. Like you said, doesn't seem real. But just, I'd request a quick moment of silence in honor of Darrell Jameson, what he meant to this community. Thank you. I think it'd be appropriate if we broke that moment of silence with the "damn it, boy" in honor of Darrell Jameson. We all know that saying that came out of Darrell, and you knew that he wouldn't want us crying tears for him for too long. So we'll miss you, Darrell.
Mrs. Williams, the funeral is going to be held at Michigan Memorial, but it's going to be it's going to start on Friday, February 3rd, 4th, and the 5th, with the services on Sunday, November of the 5th. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
I'll
Wadsworth.
support that motion for the memorial resolution.
A motion was made by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Celeste Roscoe, for Darrell Jameson. Support, Wadsworth,
Yes.
Celeste,
Yes.
Ms. Talley,
Yes.
Chair votes yes. That's it for the chair's
I'll make a
report.
motion to accept your report, Madam Chair.
Support.
To accept the chair's report, Celeste Roscoe,
Yes.
Councilwoman Talley,
Yes.
Councilman Wadsworth,
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Thank you. It takes us to number 5, the mayor's report.
Thank you. Good evening, City Council, Madam Treasurer, Madam Clerk, Deputy Clerk, audience here tonight, and also audience at home. Before I start my report tonight, I want to acknowledge the special residents we have. Obviously the best thing about Romulus is the residents we have here. So whenever there's an opportunity to acknowledge one that's going above and beyond and do something special, we want to make sure we do that. But before I do that, can I have our public safety members come up to the podium, please? Anybody with public safety? Can you guys just walk around just in front of the podium? Thank you. Just some quick details on the event that surrounded September 9th. On September 9th, upon arriving home from Wick Elementary School, 9-year-old Skyland Bradley found her grandmother, Lisa Johnson, unresponsive. Realizing her grandmother suffers from a medical condition, Skyland immediately sought help from neighbors to get medical attention for her grandmother. Through Skyland's efforts, A call was made to 911, and first responders were able to assist Ms. Johnson, and I'm very pleased to inform you that Ms. Johnson is doing well, and due to her bright and heroic daughter Skyland's efforts. Skyland, can you please join our first responders at the podium, please?
Isn't that
So some of the things we get to do in this office that are the funner things to do in acknowledging your efforts in quick action. I have a proclamation here in recognition of Skyland Michelle Bradley. I, Robert A. McCrate, Mayor in and for the City of Romulus, do hereby proclaim Monday, October 23rd, 2023 as Skyland Bradley Day in the City of Romulus, and extend our congratulations for the heroic efforts and life-saving award in 2023. So.
All right.
My name is Ken with the Fire Department. Because of your brave action and your quick action, I'd like to present you with a badge to wear, as well as a helmet. We also want you to know that shift starts at 7 o'clock in the morning. We're at work now, but you got to continue learning. So we got another bag of a few other things to keep you, to help you through school and keep you going along. Great job, amazing work, and thank you so much, okay?
We got
All right, Scott, I don't think I gave you all that fire department flag. I'm not sure know we're higher. A Romulus police badge for you. I want you to wear that, and you are the future of this city. Congratulations, you are a hero.
All right.
take a picture of that. Mayor, yeah.
Face the audience.
All right, is everybody ready? Look on this way. 1, 2, 3, and again. What do you got? Got it? All set? All right.
I got a cane.
Oh, okay, you don't need it.
Well, I guess I do.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
She lives close. You're good.
I'll do the warrant.
Okay, give me a ride home.
Pardon me?
I need a ride home.
All right.
What happened to the shirt? I got dropped off.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, I can give you a ride home. I can sit down in my...
She's talking.
Thank you again, Skyline. Keep up the great work. Okay, I'd like to draw your attention to the monitors. We have Vanessa Tolliver for some information from the mayor's office.
Hello, I'm Vanessa Tolliver, and here are some events happening in Romulus. Recreation adult drop-in volleyball takes place on Thursdays from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Romulus Athletics Center until November 16th. The Romulus Recreation Department is partnering with King's Reign Entertainment to bring Detroit-style ballroom dance to Romulus. This beginning class is open to adults on Thursday nights from 7 p.m. to 8:30 at the Romulus Athletics Center. This is a walk-in class, and you do not need to bring a partner to participate. On Friday, October 27th, the Romulus VFW Post 78 is hosting their last Tacos and Margarita Night for 2023 from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. There are a number of trunk or treats taking place around Romulus. We've compiled them onto this handy map that highlights the dates, locations, and times for each event. These are only the events that we've been made aware of to date. So this is not a complete list of all events taking place. Have fun and stay safe this Halloween. Thanks everyone, and remember to like and share us on Facebook and YouTube, or visit our website for more information. And if you haven't already signed up for Code Red, do so immediately. Have a great night.
Thank you, Vanessa. A couple of updates I'd like to give too before I get into action items. Just on some construction in the city. Wayne and Ecorse Road, they're progressing. They're still on track to open it. The original deadline was end of construction season this year in 2023. They're still on track. Some people noticed that there was some days when the equipment wasn't moving out there. That's because they had to do some engineering and some configuration of utilities out there. But we've been checking on them. DPW Director Roberto Scapitici has been working with them every other week with staff meetings to keep them on point. So they're moving along. So far, they're on point with being probably 80% open and accessible by end of 2023. So we're going to keep working with them there to hope that gets finished up and on track. But I want to make sure people understand that as construction, some things can happen.
Yeah.
So we're working with them, and also the one that kind of got sprung on everybody was the Eureka Road between Middle Belt and Inkster. Much needed construction. We all know this is a failed road system. And the way some of these jobs get staggered in their scheduling, we had an opportunity to go after this construction season, so we couldn't miss that opportunity. I know the timing is not ideal, but if you don't take these opportunities when you have them, maybe it might be 2 or 3 years before Wayne County can come back around and do that. So we had to jump on that. I'm glad that Wayne County, and hats off to the executive for getting it done for us, Warren Evans, for getting that taken care of. He knew it was a road that needed to be addressed, and we got working with his staff, and I'm happy to see they're doing the exterior lanes right now. They're going to do the middle lanes, and they'll be wrapped up this construction season. So we apologize for the delay. We thank residents for the continued patience, but this construction is definitely welcomed and needed, and we need to get it addressed. So, and also one more, a lot of people are concerned about the monument. We are still working with contractors to get the monument up. It's a priority, but right now we have no contractors to bid on that work. So if you know anybody that does that kind of work, want to submit their information to City Hall, please bring them up here. We want to get this done as soon as possible. And I want to thank Gary Harris, our finance director, for going above and beyond, trying to solicit concrete workers and bricklayers who can come in and do the work for us. So we'll keep working at it. It is a priority to get that taken care of. First action item I have is a sewer service agreement with the City of Romulus and Taylor for 16251 and 16255 Inkster Road. Those are two residential developments. I concur with the recommendation of Roberto Scapitici, DPW Director, and City Attorney Stephen Hitchcock, and respectfully request the City Council authorize the Mayor and City Clerk to enter into the attached agreement with the City of Taylor to allow for access to sewer connection at 16251 and 16255 Inkster Road.
Madam Chair, I'll make that motion for the sewer service agreement between the City of Romulus and the City of Taylor for addresses 16251 and 16255 on Inkster Road.
Support.
Motion made by Councilwoman Wadsworth, supported by Councilman Wadsworth, or the motion made by Councilwoman Celeste Roscoe, supported by Councilman Wadsworth, for sewer service agreement between the City of Romulus and the City of Taylor, 16251 and 16255 Inkster Road. Celeste?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Councilwoman Talley?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Thank you. The next item I have is for sanitary sewer agreement, dedication between Ashley and Romulus LLC and the City of Romulus for 36663 and 37545 Van Born. This is not the Ashley Capital Development that is being discussed right now on Ecorse Road. This is a separate site, and this is a utility easement, so we can continue to address and service the sewer easement in that area. Just want to clear that up. I concur with the recommendation of Roberto Scapitici, DPW Director, and City Attorney Stephen Hitchcock, and respectfully request City Council to authorize the mayor and city clerk to enter the attached sanitary sewer easement and dedication agreement between Ashley Romulus LLC and the City of Romulus to allow perpetual easement to the sanitary sewer within parcels of 36663 and 37545 Van Born Road. And again, that's just to service our utility on that property.
Madam Chairman, I'm going to move that we approve the sanitary sewer service agreement for easement and dedication between Ashley Capital, Romulus LLC, and the City of Romulus at 36663 Van Born and 37545 Van Born. And I have a question.
I second that motion.
Motion made by Wadsworth, Mr. Wadsworth,
And
second by Councilwoman Talley. Any discussion?
Madam Chairman?
Yes.
Okay, is this because these two addresses don't have sewer hookups? And they'll get sewer hookups now?
I can have Roberto Scapitici, DPW Director, address that.
Good evening, council. The sewer was existing. There was just no ownership or title of the sewer. So when a development came about of the rehabbing of those buildings, they requested from us what kind of the jurisdiction was. We had no paperwork that showed we owned it. So we had them rehab the sewer, repair it, televise it twice, and then we have this agreement to put in front of council that would substantiate that for the future, we would maintain it with those corporate partners.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Councilman Wadsworth?
Yes.
Councilwoman Talley?
Yes.
Councilwoman Celeste Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Thank you. The next item I have up is a budget amendment for an animal welfare grant that was received. I'm hereby requesting an introduction of budget amendment 23-24-3 to recognize 2023 animal welfare grant revenue and expenditure in the amount of $3,500.
Madam Chair, I'll make that motion for introduction of budget amendment 23/24-3 for the animal welfare grant.
I second that motion.
Motion made by Celeste Roscoe, supported by Councilwoman Talley to support the introduction of budget amendment 23/24-3. Councilwoman Roscoe?
Yes.
Councilwoman Talley?
Yes.
Councilman Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Thank you. The next item I have up is another budget amendment. I'm hereby requesting an introduction of budget amendment 23-24-7 to recognize MCO's Public Safety Academy Assistant Program revenue and expenditure, and that's for cadet training for the police department as well.
Madam Chairman, I'm going to move that we approve introduction of budget amendment 23/24-7.
I second that motion.
Motion by Mr. Wadsworth, second by Councilwoman Talley, for introduction of budget amendment 23/24-7. Councilman Wadsworth?
Yes.
Councilwoman Talley?
Yes.
Councilwoman Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Thank you. And that will conclude my report for this evening.
Number 6 is the clerk's report. I have 2 action items. 6A, for second reading and final adoption, is Budget Amendment 23 23/24-6 for the second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 2324-6 in the amount of $15,000 to recognize expenses to upfit 4 DB forfeiture vehicles. This budget amendment was introduced August 9th, 2023.
Through the chair, I'd like to make that motion for the second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 23/24-6 in the amount of $15,000 to recognize expenses to upfit 4 DB for forfeiture vehicles.
Support.
Motion made by Councilwoman Talley, supported by Celeste Roscoe, for second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 23/24-6 in the amount of $15,000 to recognize the expenses to upfit 4 DB forfeiture vehicles. Councilwoman Wasco?
I think Bill made that motion. I think Bill made the motion, didn't he?
I made the motion.
Oh, Tina.
Councilwoman Tina Talley, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, yep,
And
yes.
then Bill.
Councilwoman Roscoe?
Then Bill. Bill.
Bill? Councilman Wadsworth?
Yes.
Councilwoman Celeste Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Thank you, council. The last action item is agenda item 6B. And this is an amended resolution for a charitable gaming license. At the September 5th, 2023 regular meeting, the council unanimously adopted a resolution recognizing the Romulus Rotary Club as a nonprofit organization operating in the community. It is requested that council amend the resolution asking the Charitable Gaming Division of the Michigan Lottery to recognize the Romulus Rotary Foundation as a nonprofit organization operating in the community for the purpose of obtaining a charitable gaming license.
Through the chair, I'd like to make that motion to amend the original resolution to recognize the Romulus Rotary Club as a nonprofit organization operating in the community, to recognize the Romulus Rotary Foundation as a nonprofit organization operating in the community for the purpose of obtaining a charitable gaming license.
Support.
Moved by Talley, second by Roscoe to support the amended resolution for charitable gaming license. Councilwoman Talley?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wadsworth?
Yes.
Councilwoman Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Thank you, council. That concludes the clerk's report. Takes us to number 7, the treasurer's report.
Good evening. I do not have any items under my report this evening. Thank you.
Number 8 is public comment, and this is the portion of the agenda for those who are in the audience who would like to address City Council. The rules to address City Council can be found on the back of the meeting agenda. If you would like to address the City Council, please raise your hand, and after being acknowledged by the chairperson, approach the podium and state your name. Please note that members of the public who submitted a public comment card will be called upon first. You will have 3 minutes to speak, and any additional time will be upon the consent of the chairperson. We do have 2, Madam Chair, we have 2 requests to speak this evening that submitted cards. The first card is from Jerry Shout.
Good evening. My name
Good
is
evening.
Jerry Shout, and I live in Romulus, Michigan. And there's a few things that I want to talk to you guys about this evening. Unfortunately, a few of them are past issues, but I, due to health reasons, wasn't able to make it to those meetings. The first thing I want to say, first of all, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak, is Pandora's box. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Greek mythology, but this refers to a box that Zeus gave to Pandora, the first woman, with strict instructions that she not open it. Pandora's curiosity soon got the better of her, and she opened the box. All the evils and misery of the world flew out to affect mankind. And as a note, Pandora's box is used to create an uncontrollable situation that will cause great grief. While as a Christian, I akin this to the fruit of the tree of knowledge that Eve ate from, I hope you get my point. Still, I am dealing with big rigs running up and down Wick Road on a regular, daily, hourly, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, since we first brought this to your attention in December of 2022. The other day, I had 2 big rigs, and for those of you who are unfamiliar with big rigs, these are 18-wheelers. 18, okay? Going in opposite directions in front of my home, causing it to shake violently. And I have a correction for Julie and Mr. Mayor. During our meeting a month or so ago, I told you that Enterprise trucks were Bob's Furniture. I have since learned that it is not just Bob's Furniture that is using them, so I disparaged them. There is actually a company on Ecorse Road that uses Bob's. That is why there are so many running up and down our road on a regular basis. Again, commercial, oversized vehicles. And I know it's posted everywhere, but you know what? They ignore it. And I'm not throwing our policemen under the bus as to why these people are not being ticketed more often. I'm not throwing our chief of police under the bus, under the big rig, as to why there are so many that are going unchecked. I've even seen the state police out there, but what I feel like is happening is it's like, okay, we'll placate these people. We'll occasionally pull one over. It's just not been addressed to the satisfaction of the residents of Wick Road. I can tell you right now, if I were looking for a home, I would not buy mine. You know, they say the 3 big things in real estate are location, location, location. And in our area, it is traffic, traffic, traffic. We have enough vehicles that are privately owned running up and down this road now. And it has been opened up and unchecked. Great. Okay, I'll get my last point out, and then if I'm not going to be allowed any more time, I will sit down. I was outside my house this evening before I was getting ready to come here, and in a 5-minute time frame, I had 1 18-wheeler, 1 Enterprise truck. My neighbors were out there with me because that's who I was talking to, and as I was leaving this evening to come here at 7:15, there was 1 bobtail. Do you guys know what a bobtail is? It is an 18-wheeler minus the back of its truck. And Madam Chairperson, if you would allow me a few more, thank you, thank you. So, I have had to use my turn signal to get out of my driveway. I don't know how many, wait a second, no, I do know. There were 7 dislocated cones in the school zone as of last week. They came out and put them back up. And as of today, and I think you can check, I believe that was Friday, there's 2 down. They're just running into them. They don't care. They don't care. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the walkie-talkies. 10 of them were purchased at a cost of $56,000. Wait, I'm sorry, $56,071.30 at the meeting that I missed. And what I want to know is, are they magical or do they come with their own unicorns? Because you didn't need to have to get more than 1 quote. You could just go and get the first guy who said, I can supply them for you. And I believe that that is a waste of taxpayers' money. Now, I realize that there is actually something on the books that says you don't have to get more than one quote. I've got a copy of it, and if anybody wants to see it, I'll be more than happy to show it to you, but it was in your packet from the week that this was voted on. This is ludicrous, because if I'm not mistaken, this is the taxpayers' money that is being spent, or am I wrong? Did you guys pay for these? Did y'all pony up over $5,600 for one of these? No, didn't think so. Okay, so that means we were. I know I addressed this at another meeting, and I honestly, please forgive me, don't remember, but the voter drop boxes. Like I said, I know I'm jumping around, but I do have an agenda here. Are they going to be located indoors? Are they only going to be accessible during certain hours, or is this going to be a 24/7 thing? And are they going to be under constant human supervision? Don't have to answer that right now. And the last thing, oh, no, there's one more thing. Citizens, do we get any input onto the input, I'm sorry, do we get any input as to the oversight of the spending in your budget? And again, I'm going to ask, who pays for this budget? Is this taxpayers' money, or is this outside forces? And the last thing is that the council being allowed to discuss non-city issues, the shout out to the UAW workers that was started by Tina Talley, who was not noted in the meeting minutes because I looked. Y'all are telling us that we need to support them. But as of October 2nd, it said, United Auto Workers strikes have cost $4 billion so far, and this was October 2nd, and that strike is still going on. Ran into a gentleman at our bank the other day who said that when he went and looked for a new vehicle, it was over $70,000 for the truck that he wanted to buy. Can you guys afford well, maybe the attorney can. Can you guys afford $70,000 for a new vehicle? I can't. And then we were not allowed to express our opinions after being forced to listen to the councils. Almost every one of you was in favor of us supporting the union. The union jobs, if this gets passed, mark my words, those jobs will go to China or Mexico, because the union will say, you know what, we can get the labor cheaper there. Did anybody think of that? Does anybody think of that? And what does this have to do with the city of Romulus? Now, Mr. Wadsworth, Councilman Wadsworth, talking about the gentleman who recently passed away, he was an integral part to the city of Romulus. I've seen his tow truck at the Parade of Lights. I understand that. I understand when you're talking about former council members. I get that. But the UAW support has nothing to do with this city as far as our support. And this is just one example of many. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you, Ms. Williams, for allowing me extra.
You're welcome. And I would just like to say to you, the UAW, we have so many members of the UAW that live in the city. I have 4 of my adult children that live in the city. And the reason I said something that night in support of Councilwoman Talley is because they're standing and they're asking to be restored. Unless you work there and you're affected with the damages that happen to your body and the mental things that go on inside those factories, you don't have an idea. Those people are standing for what was taken away, what they gave up to save the companies back in 2009 and 2010. So in anything that we say up here, I mean, I'm going to speak for myself first. Anytime I speak on something that's going out in the community that's affecting the residents, because those residents that's on strike, it may be hard for them to pay their water bill. It may be hard for them to pay their taxes. They don't have the say to how this contract is going to be done. Okay, they're waiting on the big boys to make the decision. So sometime we do mention things here at the council meeting that may not be city business, but is something pertaining to those in the residents.
I respect that, but unless they're going to make over $100,000 a year, they're not going to be able to afford that $70,000 pickup truck either, are they?
I just wanted to say that because
I said I
I'm a
respect
retired
your opinion.
UAW member, and I fought for residents for over 28 years. So I stand with the workers. I stand with them that the companies restore them. I really do.
But again, at what these vehicles are going to cost, it's going to be passed on to Joe and Jane Consumer. I don't make that kind of money. I have never made that kind of money. I have a college education, and I cannot afford a new vehicle. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I would say that we will definitely have the mayor to look into those trucks that's coming down Wick Road. We have the same issue with because Wayne and Ecorse Road is shut down. We have the same problem in our subdivision, Evelyn Meadows. So I'm sure the mayor is taking notes. The mayor chief of staff is taking notes. Our DPW back there, I see he's jotting down notes to make sure that they get on top of that about
But again,
that.
this has been going on, these people sneaking through since December 22nd of 2022 is when it was first brought to council's attention. It was brought by my husband, who unfortunately is not here tonight. It is still going on. And now that you guys have got, not you guys, okay, now that they're got Wayne Road closed and Ecorse all messed up, but again, going back to Pandora's box, once you open that box, you can't close it.
But I'm sure, and we'll move on, I'm sure the mayor and his chief of staff and his department heads will take care of it.
I have been
positive.
told it was going to be taken care of for 6 months now. When is it going to be taken care of? When are they going to stop it? If they put, if they would call in the Waymaster, they could post people. It wouldn't even take away from our police force.
Well, I'm sure with your comments tonight, the mayor's looking into it, and that is a suggestion to call in the Waymasters, but thank you so
I made that
much.
suggestion 3 months ago.
We will make sure it's taken care of, seriously.
Seriously, I hope so.
It will.
Again, thank you for the extra time.
You're welcome.
And thank you for listening.
You're welcome.
Madam Chair, we have another written request. This is from Mr. Denny.
Yes.
Did I pronounce your name correctly?
I'm told to be nice by my wife. She's the boss of the house. My biggest problem is that no matter what I do, I ask questions, I get no answers. Oh, well, we'll see what we can do. I'm tired of seeing what we can do. I want results. I want answers why I can't get a policeman in my area for running stop signs. I asked for one for 20 minutes, just sit there, write up 20 tickets. That's an income for the city. Apparently they don't want it. I went to the chief of police over there. He said, I can't do this. Okay, I went to the mayor's office, talked to the secretary, asked her if she could do something. Have a policeman call me back. We'll have one call you. Never gotten a call. Well, what's the sense in calling the police department? What's the sense in talking with you people when you don't do nothing? Why don't we just get rid of the police department here and let's get Wayne County involved in it? They seem to be running this place. They take care of the airport. Let's have them take care of Romulus. Get rid of the Romulus police. Let them come in. Nobody can answer. I look at all of you. None of you just want to seem to jump in there and say, oh, well, we'll have somebody out there. Oh, we'll do this. We'll do that. I'm not even going to waste my 3 minutes because I don't think any of you really want to hear it. Just like the last lady. They come up and talk about Wick. We have Beverly Road. We have semis that run one lane going this way and a center lane. Them semis run right down that center lane. They don't care. What are we gonna do about it? Nothing. We've asked about fixing the road. Oh, well, that's coming up. Oh, that's coming up. In my whole subdivision, my sister's lived there almost 45 years. She says they've never done nothing to our roads other than come in and throw a little blacktop here, a little blacktop there, and go on about their business. It's a new subdivision. 30 years, still nothing done. So if we can't get anything done, I'm gonna see what I have to do to get rid of the Romulus police and get something done. I'm gonna go to the courts, I'm gonna go to everything I can. If they don't wanna do anything, let's bring in Wayne County. They seem to be taking care of their roads. Thank you.
Madam Chair, that was the last written request.
Okay.
Is there anyone from the audience that would like to have public comments? Please, after you've been acknowledged from our chairperson, approach the podium, state your name, and you will have 3 minutes to speak.
Yes, please.
Good evening.
Good
My name is
evening.
Adam Ollier. Thank you, Councilwoman, for inviting me today. I used to be a state senator, and I just finished running the Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency and was excited for the opportunity to come and listen today and get to know Romulus a little bit better. So again, I'm Adam Ollier, and I'm really grateful for the time to come and listen to some of the things going on here in the city and to spend more time with you over the coming year. Thanks.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, we do have another request to speak. Please go.
Yes.
Good evening, Romulus residents. I am Gina Wilson Stewart, and I'm coming today as the president of the Western Wayne County branch of the NAACP, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. And just wanted to remind you guys to be healthy. We have this thing called Walking Wednesdays. So every Wednesday, we're encouraging people to get out and take their health a little more seriously by walking. You can go to your neighborhood park, just shout out Western Wayne when you're out there walking, so we'll know that you're walking, take a picture, tag yourself. But we want to encourage more people to get more healthy. We've seen over the years that we have health disparities going on right now, and we know just getting a little bit more active will actually help you out. We know the weather's changing, but it's okay. Just put on a bigger coat and get out and walk, or find your indoor place, maybe at a mall or somewhere, to get your exercise. So besides Walking Wednesdays, you know, this is October, and it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We want to encourage all ladies to actually have their mammograms and take their health seriously when it comes to breast cancer awareness. But the other month that is issue that's celebrated this month is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. That's this month too. The color is purple. So if you see the telegram this week, we did domestic violence because we wanted people to actually talk about it. There are a lot of cases of domestic violence in the communities. I'm sure it's here in Romulus because it's here in the majority of the cities. With the pandemic happening, it went up a lot. It's coming down a little bit for the number of cases of domestic violence that's going on, but listen to your neighbors, listen to your family members, and you might catch a couple of other signals that they're actually suffering with something. A lot of people don't want to come out and say it, but we want to increase the communication when it comes to domestic violence as well. So that's it for me, and it's good to see you guys today.
Thank you.
Sit, Madam
Close
Chair.
that out.
All right, so noted. That will take us to,
She'd like to speak.
well, that part has already been closed out. It's up to you, Madam Chair.
Let her come. Come on.
She came in late.
Good evening. My
Good
name is
evening.
Stacy. I do apologize for being late. I'm a resident of Romulus. I have been a resident for about 11 years. I just recently started a mobile business, and I've been trying to circulate it as well in Romulus. I was here today speaking with the deputy clerk today about getting a license. I did obtain it back in, I think it was June or July. Had some technical difficulties, so I wasn't able to actually put the bus on the road because it wasn't really safe for customers to come on, but I've since gotten everything taken care of. But my thing that I wanted to address, when I inquired about getting a license for my business to circulate in Romulus, I was told that I needed a peddler's license. So I did obtain that. But I was also told that it was only, I think, granted for 3 months out of the year. I don't know, I can't remember if it was once or twice throughout the year. And I wanted to speak with someone to see about, is there something that we could do to possibly extend that for mobile businesses, since I'm not going door to door asking for customers to come and support me. I have a shuttle bus, so the customers are actually able to come on the bus when the weather doesn't permit, for garments to be outside of the bus. But either way, they can come on or around the bus. I do have 2 dressing rooms where they are able to actually try on clothes, in a secured area. So I just wanted to know, is there something that we could possibly do? To my knowledge, I was told that I was probably the first to bring this to Romulus, so I don't think, I'm not looking for something to change overnight, because I know it's something new, the mobile thing. But I'm just interested in trying to find out a way to getting the business license extended for my type of business. So I don't know exactly who to talk to, but when I was here today, I was told that there was a meeting that was going on today. So I just brought it to you all's attention that maybe that's something we can possibly do in the future to extend it.
Well, I'm sure that would fall up under our ordinance, and you would, the first place to start is the mayor's office, so I would advise you maybe to stay after and speak with the mayor or the mayor's chief of staff.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're
And I do
welcome.
apologize again for being late.
Close it out.
All right, public comment is now closed out. It takes us to unfinished business. Madam Chair, under unfinished business, to address the residents' questions about business licensing, she would come to the clerk's office, and what we would have to do is speak with our city attorney to kind of look at the type of business that she has or wanting to start, and look at our ordinance to see how all of that match. So we can, before you leave, we do have your application on file. The deputy clerk just informed me. So again, we'll have to speak with legal counsel, and then we can get in touch with you and see how we can work with you. Okay? Thank you. Is there any more unfinished business, council? Yes.
Chair.
Yes.
Just address a couple of issues that were brought up in the council meeting. As far as the traffic and what we're seeing, the increase in traffic and semi-traffic on Whip Road as well as Tyler Lane and your neighborhood, due to the Wicked and E-Course intersection being in construction. That's part of the reason we're staying on to get that done and wrapped up as soon as time. We've had PD out there, and we know they're not out there all the time, but they're out there when they can be out there. And there's some things that we're doing to increase that. Council approved 5 new positions for PD. We're trying to get filled up. We just settled a contract with POAM that we think is going to bring some more applicants to our community. So those things were just done in recent weeks. And we think that that's the key to bringing back a full-time traffic division. We've also reached out to Wayne County and the state police to help them with the issue and police these areas. So we've reached out to other agencies to help our agency. We're trying to hire new officers. It's the same issue they're having in every community around here, statewide, nationwide, is a shortage of officers. That whole defunded police movement took a lot of people who want to be police officers out of it. So right now, it's really about hiring the right officers to work in our community. So we're trying to do that. We're working on bringing people in there. We think we offered and it was unanimously approved by council, an attractive contract to bring more police officers here. But the answers are really to bring bodies in to have a full-time traffic division again, to take care of these issues where people are driving through neighborhoods and semis are running. We don't want them there either. We live in these subs as well. We want to take care of that. We're also working with our lawmakers to change some of the laws about traffic areas that are highly congested and construction zones, and also the detours around it, to hopefully get some legislation where Michigan will be a state friendly to writing tickets off digital license plate readers.
Yes.
Other states do that. I traveled down to Texas, and almost every state is doing that. And what an economic way to have efficient traffic enforcement, because you don't have to have an officer.
Right.
An officer can go out there and fight violent crime and do what they need to do in our community, keep us safe, instead of waiting for a speeder. So we're taking it very serious. We're doing all that we can. Like I said, PD has reached out to hire new people. They've reached out to the state police. They've had Wayne County on the phone. They're also short. We're trying to solve some of these issues on a large scale. So we're aware of that. We're going to continue trying to solve it. We're equally as frustrated. We don't want these truck drivers driving. It's not just your area. We're getting it everywhere. There's areas we're chasing them out when they're parking all the time. It seems to be an issue all over the community. So taking it very serious, doing all we can. We know we haven't solved the problem yet. We're going to keep working hard to do that. You mentioned the radios. It wasn't that we didn't do a bid. It's a state bid. So instead of every city going out and letting bid for equipment, it's the same equipment, which takes a lot of resources and time away. They have a state bid, and the city's allowed to use those instead of doing the bidding process individually for all. It's reinventing the wheel for all communities. And that is a lot of money to pay for radios, but those radios are very specialized for our first responders, for PD and fire to be able to communicate on a secured channel. And it's very specialized equipment. They can't have everybody in the public listening to what's going on those radios. So it wouldn't be safe. So yeah, it's Motorola, and they charge a lot for those radios and the equipment, but if we're gonna have updated secure equipment for our first responders, that's what the market costs. So it's not we circumvented a process or didn't let bid. That was what the state of Michigan had on a bid as the cheapest that was out there, and we're allowed to use it. It's not circumventing a process. And those are our tax dollars as well. Everybody up here still pays taxes, so those are our dollars as well. So we're very, picky about what we spend money on. But we got to make sure that we have the right radios, and they had those radios in service. They expire, software, chips, programming goes bad. We have to, they have you really where you have to buy this equipment. So we want to make sure we're buying the most up-to-date equipment they have out there to supply our first responders with. And what else do we have in there? Oh, as far as the peddler's license, that'd probably be something we take up with the clerk's office, like you said. And I think you're right, you're ahead of the curve with an operation like this. We probably don't have a licensing to keep up with that yet. So it's something we'll probably have to sit down, probably pick your brain a little bit about some of the nuances, and we could draft some language to bring before council to find out, what's the best way to serve that and track it and make sure it's going to be quality to our residents. So I think I addressed all the issues that were up there. And that will conclude that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Through the chair, Madam Chair, if I may, I believe one of the residents, Mrs. Shout, had mentioned voter drop boxes. I believe she mentioned voter drop boxes. So we are under state guidelines. We're required to have the voter drop boxes available 75 days prior to an election. We do not have an election here in Romulus for this year, for 2023. The next election will be February 27th, 2024, a pre-presidential primary. We're required to have a drop box for every 15,000 registered voters. We currently have just a little over 20,000 registered voters, and we actually have 2 drop boxes here in the city of Romulus. We have a drop box located right in front of City Hall, and also we have a drop box located in front of our senior center. We will make announcements when the drop boxes will be available, for voters. But right now, without an election, the drop boxes are locked and secured. Also, the drop boxes we have to have them in locations where we have to have cameras, security cameras. So the 2 locations that we have now, we have security cameras on those drop boxes. Maybe in the future, we'll see if we can find another secure location. Maybe we can have another drop box, but right now, the 2 areas we have are the best in order to meet, state requirements for our drop boxes. Okay? Thank you, Madam Chair. If there's no more unfinished business, that takes us to number 10, new business. Number 11, warrant for approval is warrant 23-20.
Madam Chair, I'm going to make a motion to accept the warrant number 23-20 in the following amounts. General Fund, $149,018.27. Major Street Fund, $3,584.58. Local Street Fund, $2,459.68. Public Safety Fund, $21,974.32. Cable TV, $3,405.62. Merriman Road Special Assessment, $17,588.51. Street Lighting Fund, $54,579.49. Oakwood SAD, $126.43. Garbage and Rubbish Collection Fund, $98,760.46. Michigan Indigent Defense Fund, $415.80. 911 Service Fund, $5,306.47. Narc Forfeiture State Fund, $1,316 and a penny. Library Fund, $7,896.32. DDA, $6,432.57. Tifa District Number 2, $106,368.83. Water and Sewer Fund, $680,760.43. Motor Vehicle, $23,743.57. Technology Services, $1,099. Retirees Insurance Benefits, $3,862.28. Revolving Fund, $5,610.34. Current Tax, $166,222.40. And the Payroll Fund, $130,363.22, for a total of all funds, $1,490,826.59.
Support.
Moved by Roscoe, supported by Tally, to support the warrant, approval of warrant number 23-20 for checks presented in the amount of $1,490,826.59. Roscoe?
Yes.
Councilwoman Tally?
Yes.
Councilman Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Thank you, Council. Number 12 is communication.
Through the chair,
Yes.
if I could. I want to say, bless the Lord, oh my soul, and all that's within me. Bless his holy name. I want to first of all thank the mayor for addressing some of the issues that came up this evening in the meeting. Thank you so much. I want to thank you, Councilwoman Williams, for addressing the UAW thing. You summed it up in a nutshell, so thank you for that, what you said regarding the UAW. Thank you so much for that. And then I want to speak about a memo we got. We had a resident come in here about taxes, her taxes. And we got a memo from the city regarding resources from Julie Albert from the city assessors. Seniors 65 and older may qualify for the property tax credit rebate through the state of Michigan, depending on household income. They need to submit some forms, of course, at income tax time. We probably want to get with Julie Albert in the city assessors department. In order to claim for 2022, the total household resources could not exceed $63,000. Seniors earning less than $21,000 get 100% of their property taxes rebated back by the state of Michigan. Seniors earning $30,001 to $63,000 get 60% of their property taxes rebated back from the state of Michigan. So if this information seems pertinent to you, please contact the city of Romulus office regarding additional details regarding these property tax credit and rebate through the state of Michigan for our seniors. Next, I want to shout out to our Romulus Eagles. Romulus Eagles football team, they won their last 2 games. They are now officially in the playoffs, so shout out to our Romulus Eagles and the coaching staff, Charles Searcy and his team, and our Eagles getting in the playoffs for this year. So great job, team. We had a great rack or treat yesterday. I know we have a lot of rack or treats coming across the city of Romulus. We had one at the rack yesterday. It went really, really well. So shout out to everybody that came out supporting and everybody that was out there. Our PD was out there. Our fire was out there. So just shout out to everybody who attended. It was a lot of people out there with their cars and trucks. So thanks for coming out supporting this event at the rack. And then my last thing, I've been announcing for the last couple of meetings, is Arthur Talk at the Romulus Public Library. Please meet me there on November 9th from 6 to 8. We're going to be having some Arthur Talk with Kaylin Hunt and Ebony Evans from 6 to 8 at Romulus Public Library. Hope to see you out there. Thank you, Madam Chair.
You're welcome. Any other?
To the chair.
I'll-
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, no.
Just wanted to second, and I know if Mayor Pro Tem Barden was here today, maybe he wouldn't be talking about those Lions. However, we do want to show that hometown support for our Romulus Eagles, so I'm going to get my Eagle hat out. And so proud of the effort these guys and Coach Searcy, they ran 2014 to 2018, I think it was, they were in the playoffs every year. And he's been building a program up there, and the way he's building and working with these young men, it's not just about football, it's about character, integrity, and teamwork. So he's doing such a good job over there, all of his assistant coaches and what they're doing. So it's definitely something positive, so we want to go over there and root them on. So Friday night over at the Summit Academy, we're going to go root for those Eagles and get a playoff victory. So cheers to them for that, but also our band is having Band-O-Rama over at the high school on Wednesday at 6:30 over at the high school. So if you want to go hear the band kids play, we want to acknowledge them and support them as well. So we'll go see those, but it's a good week to be an Eagle. So go Eagles.
Yes.
Thank you. I would just like to remind everyone out there that Forgotten Harvest is at the high school tomorrow from 10 to 12. And also, this is our last council meeting, so I would like to personally invite every parent to bring their kids to the oh Lord Jesus, I'm still Forgotten Harvest, to the trunk or treat located at the lot of Beverly and Chamberlain. That's on the north end side of the city. That's on Tuesday, the day of Halloween, from 6 to 8:30. Thank you.
Madam Chair, I believe our city treasurer has something under communication.
Yes. I'm trying to find the information real quick. I know that Councilwoman Tina Talley shared some information with us, and I read that information, and it's not 100%.
Okay.
So there is a max on it, and I would have to find that information out. But yes, the 63,000 is correct, but the refund part of it, it's not 100%. So I just want to make sure that I clarify that, because I don't want people to call and say, I didn't get 100% of my property tax credit, my property taxes back.
So the seniors earning less than $21,000 don't get 100% of their property taxes rebated back?
No, it goes up to 63,000, right? That's the most you can make.
Right, so it says seniors earning less than $21,000 get 100% of their property taxes rebated back by the state of Michigan.
Okay.
Seniors earning $30,001 to $63,000 get 60% of their property taxes rebated back from the state of Michigan.
Okay, but there is a cap, so. Because everybody pays different property taxes. It depends on their taxes on their house. So regardless of your income, whatever that tax is, everybody's going to be different. And there is a formula, so when you do your income taxes, it will compute it and then tell you what that dollar amount is.
Okay.
But there is a cap on it.
Okay.
I just wanted to clarify.
So more to come?
Yes.
So can we do this? Can we make sure that all those that's out there listening and anyone that called to the mayor's office or the clerk's office, they contact the treasurer's office so she can further give them more information? Thank you.
And I think this stems from the questions that Ms. Walker had
Correct.
asked, right?
Correct.
And so it's great information to get out that in your property tax credit, you could potentially get some of that back depending on your income. But there is a cap on that.
Okay.
And we'll get that information and we can update you at the next council meeting.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yes.
Okay.
So that way you have the right information. And
Okay.
that changes from year to year, of course, with the tax tables and everything, every year that changes, so.
I'm sorry,
I could-
to the chair again. So what you're saying, this information is correct, but it just has a cap on it. This is the
Correct.
correct information.
Correct. There is a
But
cap.
there is a cap on it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just hypothetical, whether it's 1,500 or 1,600, but if you're paying 5,000, you're not gonna get 5,000 back.
Gotcha.
It's,
Okay.
there's a cap. Okay,
Okay.
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Is there any more communication from council?
No.
Madam Chair, that takes us to number 13, adjournment.
So moved.
Support.
Adjournment, supported by Wadsworth, made by Wadsworth, supported by Roscoe. Wadsworth,
Yes.
Roscoe,
Yes.
Ms. Tally,
Yes.